Ashok and I went to visit our daughter and family in Africa over Christmas and New Year. We were initially quite hesitant about going because they were planning a drive of approximately 2,000 kilometres all the way from Gaborone, Botswana to Upington, South Africa, and then on to Swakopmund, Namibia. They knew it would be a very long, tiring drive for us, so they told us they would break it up into over a few days, which they did. We journeyed hundreds of miles through the Namib Desert and eventually arrived in the desert town of Swakopmund, which is by the South Atlantic Ocean. It was totally strange driving out of town and seeing the desert and the sea meet. Most of you know my balance isn't too good and I struggle with walking. But while we were there, the Lord spoke a word to me very clearly. He said, "Don't underestimate your capabilities." Okay, Lord, what does that mean in practical terms? Because my walking isn't very good. And very quickly he started showing me. My granddaughter wanted to learn to ride a horse, so my daughter arranged for her to have her first lesson. Ashok and I went along to watch, and immediately I thought, I need to get back on a horse. I hadn't been on one for 15 years, so the thought of it was a bit daunting. However, this word, "don't underestimate your capabilities," kept resonating in my heart. So on our return to Australia, I agreed to go horse riding with my Aussie daughter and my son. We went on a 3-hour, 10-kilometre ride on the most challenging terrain I have ever ridden on. The hills were so steep, I virtually had to hug the horse's neck going uphill and lean back on its hindquarters going downhill. The terrain was very challenging. There were rocks, broken branches, tree trunks, and deep gullies that we needed to negotiate. But I knew this agile animal beneath me would pick out the best and safest path to where I needed to be. And the Lord reminded me of 2 scriptures. Deuteronomy 33:27, which says, "The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms." And Deuteronomy 31:6, which says, "Be strong and brave, and don't tremble in fear of them, because the eternal, your God, is going with you. He'll never fail you or abandon you." The Lord's peace flooded my soul, and the view of Upper Plenty was totally out of this world. There's no way that I could have been able to negotiate such difficult terrain by myself, but I felt totally safe on the horse, and because of the Lord's promises to me. You're probably wondering what kind of message this is. Well, I have a word for you all from the Lord, so listen carefully. You may be negotiating some very challenging terrain right now because of this coronavirus. It may include relational challenges, emotional ones, physical, social, financial, educational, or health challenges. But your Heavenly Father is telling you, don't underestimate your capabilities. So stop focusing on your limitations of the challenges and start looking beyond what is seen in the natural realm to what God is doing in the supernatural realm, because He's orchestrating something amazing. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." God bless you, stay safe, and keep focused, because this coronavirus will come to pass.